Hello and welcome. It is time for episode 37 of Overcast. Thank you all for being here. This is your spot for Overwatch news. I am Frostee and I'm joined here by Ovadrive and Sawfty. How are both of you doing out there?
Hey everyone.
Hey guys.
Awesome. It's great to have you. Thank you again for joining. Remember, you can always follow the show on Twitter at Overcast Show. You can also go to theovercastshow.blogspot.com where you can find our show notes and more. Go to frozenfoxradio.com where you can learn about this and all the other shows that the Frozen Fox Radio Network has to offer for you. Thank you for also either watching the YouTube version of this. If you're seeing us, you can also be listening to us, which is on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and on Google Play Music. So if you have an Android device, go and check it out, because now you can listen to podcasts. So you can listen to all of the Frozen Fox Radio podcasts there. But enough of the formalities. Let's get those, throw them off to the side. Let's get informal and talk about what we've been up to this week. I'll tell you what I've been up to. School is done.
Yeah.
Semester is over.
That feels good.
Did you get your final scores yet?
That comes in about a month.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so
That's awesome, though.
that's the thing about law school. Like when I was in undergrad, like literally, if you had a test, especially if it was on Scantron, it was like you ran it through the machine and you got your score like instantly. Sometimes now it's like, all right, well, I got my score turned in. I guess I'll find out like in a month if I pass this class or how good I did. So, but you know,
but when you run it through on Scantron, then you have to go back and look over for all the mistakes Scantron made.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't
Sorry.
color.
No.
It's a coloring issue with Scantron.
Yeah.
But it's good to have it out of the way. I don't have to think about it anymore. I told my wife on Friday, because I didn't have any classes, I was like, I don't have to think about school. I don't have to do anything. And what do? I do all this adult stuff. Like I go to the post office and mail stuff. I cleaned. I folded laundry. And then my day was done. And I'm like, man, I was still just as busy.
You gotta prioritize Overwatch a little higher in that.
Yeah.
I know, right?
We were all waiting for you.
Yeah, I was playing. I've been jumping in. Of course, we've all been jumping back into beta since we have the chance, right? So, Sawfty, what have you been up to? You don't have a potato webcam anymore.
I know, potato webcam is gone. It's kind of nice. I have been playing a lot of Overwatch all week, as much as I can. I work 4/10, so Friday I pretty much played the entire day. Ova and I got to play a little bit at the end there with Wicked and Totem. But, yeah, that and the in-laws were back. Sorry to both my co-hosts here. I might have been like an hour late today. I apologize. But at least we're here. We got it together. That's really been my entire week, is just Overwatch and in-laws. How about you, man?
I picked up a new voice. Can you hear me any differently today?
Oh, so clear. So clear.
Crystal.
Hoping it's a little bit more clear. No, this microphone's really nice. But other than that, I've been playing Overwatch. I spent most, or pretty much all of Tuesday playing Overwatch.
Nice.
And then, we bits and pieces throughout the week, so
There you go.
super exciting.
Excellent. So it sounds like we all had a fun week.
It was a blast.
Our days are numbered, though, when it comes to Overwatch, right? Again. It's like, no, don't take it away from us yet.
Yeah.
So, well, let's just jump in. Let's jump into the show then.
First topic, so Open Beta's here for a little bit longer. How does it feel to have the game back, and you guys have any moments that you want to share from this week? So, Sawfty, what about you?
It sounds like you have something to share.
It's just been so nice. I think, Ova, I think you and I talked about it last night, was the Tracer moment, the Tracer recall moment.
Oh, yeah.
Had a teammate. It was fantastic. She's playing Tracer and got knocked off the ledge at one of the places by Lucio and recalled herself back up onto it, sticky bombed, and killed like 4 or 5 people. It was absolutely fantastic. That was a great moment. That, and I just had, as we were getting ready to record, I was playing Junkrat, I had a really good POG moment where I just ran in, I sticky bombed on the payload, and I ran away and let them all get back on it, and then I sticky bombed. And then I just shot in the air, and I got 3 or 4 on there. But, yeah. How about you, Ova? Any fun times yet?
So this week, we faced a team. We were on Dorado. Is that how you pronounce it? Dorado?
Yeah, Dorado.
And we were attacking, and so we start up the game, and we notice all these turrets as we come out the door, and I press tab. the entire other team is Torbjorn's. 6 Torbjorns. And all turrets. We were getting wrecked for the first couple minutes. So we had to take a step back and got a couple Reinhardts out there to get the shields to soak some of that, but we ended up losing in the end. But it was just really fun to go against a unique comp or a really uncommon comp that was, I mean, it worked. It was really good. So
we should try out some of this craziness during the week.
Yeah.
Just like 6 Tracer or something like that. I've seen people do it and they win.
Yeah. Well, Ova and I went against a 3 tank, 2 sniper, 1 Lucio team last night and lost. They were on defense. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about you, Frosty?
I've been giving more time to Widowmaker this week, and I had a good time with a match where on Dorado again, like the red building, so it's like right in front of their door where they come out.
Yep.
So I got up on top of that building and just kind of waited for them to get the payload to like turn that first corner. Mm-hmm. And once they turned the first corner, I just like was standing right above them, and it's just like plink, 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 and since you have like the walls around you and you kind of keep them contained, like they can't ever hit you there. Yeah. So we just stopped them dead in their tracks, and that was pretty awesome. I didn't get to play the game, but it was pretty fun to just like see somebody run out and be like, we got to get this payload moving, plink.
Now, Frosty, you've been spending some time with the console version, is that right?
That is correct. I wanted to make sure that I got my hands on it, now that it's actually open and I could just download it. And both PlayStation, Xbox, they're good. I had the fear. I think I talked about it a few weeks ago, and I was like, I don't know what it's going to be like, how it's going to play. I think I thought that it was going to be really sluggish. It's not. It's actually a lot of fun. The only thing I had to do was tweak the settings a little bit, the sensitivity, and it was good to go. Like, it feels as good, if not better, than most shooters out there, honestly. And it's good. Quick and responsive. The things I had to get used to is the fact that, like, unlike most shooters on the console, you don't have to like aim down a sight or anything, because that's what I'm used to. So I'm like instinctively at first I was like pulling the left trigger. I'm like, I gotta aim. Oh, what are you doing? Because that like usually uses like your shift ability or something. So you're like, crap.
I want to plug in my controller just to see how it feels, because I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation, but I do have an Xbox controller for PC. I just kind of want to see how that plays. Obviously, I would never do that long term, but
yeah,
I'm definitely sold on playing it on PC, but I am convinced that the product on console is definitely going to be a lot of fun. I can tell you, I had no skirmishing at all. I never even waited for a match once, which was like a glorious thing.
You're missing so much.
I know, right? Like everybody on console, you're missing the experience, the full Overwatch experience of sitting in a queue for 20 minutes and skirmishing over and over.
Trying to pull off that ult, and then all of a sudden you get in a game and you miss the whole thing. Yeah.
So that was kind of nice. And I played every hero, at least, if not in game, I played them in like training or AI or something, just so I can kind of get a feel for each hero. And so, of course, what happens to me when I play the game, I find out that there is a fundamental flaw with my favorite hero. The only flaw that I really found in the game that was like kind of game breaking. So I have, you can't see it yet, but everybody can see it here. I have an Xbox 360 controller. So for demonstration purposes, when you're playing on here, you got your left stick for moving, you got your right stick for looking and aiming, okay? And your left bumper is how you fly to people, how you get to people quick. So when you use it, like in PC, when you're trying to glide after you're up in the air, you just hold spacebar or hold jump, whatever you have assigned to it. And the default on the Xbox, for example, is A, or X on the PlayStation. So when you're up in the air, you have to be able to move with your left stick, and you need to be able to aim. It's kind of critical, but it's impossible to aim and hold A at the same time. It just doesn't work.
Use your face. Use your nose. Or
So I guess if I play like this, maybe it will work. I don't know. So who knows? So I could remap and it'll be fine, but it was kind of like I jumped in the air the first time and I was like, oh crap, I can't glide. I just fell back down in like the middle of them and got killed. So I was like, all right, adapt my playstyle. I do think that there is a little bit of... There wasn't any option I could find that was like aim assist, but I think it's a little bit generous, especially with like Mercy and trying to heal the right person, I noticed. Because I know that my aim wasn't that precise at first, but it felt like I was
Right.
still getting the person that I needed, and so I think maybe in the back end there's something that kind of is like, yeah, this person's full on health, and they're right next to this other person that's critical, so I'll kind of default to them. Maybe I
Yeah.
don't know if that's really happening, but that's what it felt like. Felt like I was getting a little help from the other side.
Is there a place where you can leave beta feedback for console players
I
during
was
this
just
week?
gonna ask that. That's smart. Yeah.
I assume that I have to go on the online forum to do it, so I haven't done it, but I'm going to leave that feedback one way or
Yeah.
the other. Because I'm like, that's got to change. Like, that
Yeah.
was the only thing. Because I think a lot of people probably wouldn't even realize that they could glide,
Right.
because
Yeah.
you just naturally can't hold your controller that way. And, I won with some really interesting comps, because I think a lot of people on console have never played Overwatch at all, so
Yeah.
we had some really interesting comps that, like, in normal PC games you'd get wrecked with.
Right.
But it was overall a lot of fun. It still looks just as beautiful. You know, it's great. You use the D-pad and there's like a rotary menu, just like you have like in the game for choosing emotes and anything like that. It all is very intuitive. And yeah, of course I got my first player icon, which is a Mercy one, which I never get anywhere else. Too, so. But overall,
Yeah.
I have a very good review. After about 10 minutes just in like the bot thing, you get a feel of the game, and it's intuitive from there on out. It's not as precise though as a mouse keyboard, but
Right.
you can get aiming really good just in a few minutes of practice.
Well, one other thought on console. Do you think we'll see a strictly PC competitive esports scene, or do you think we'll see a console esports scene for Overwatch?
You know, I think they could do both. I doubt they would ever cross over, because
Yeah.
it's fundamentally a different feel of the game. And PC, I think you fundamentally have an advantage. But I think that honestly they could do tournaments for both. And, you know, whether they, like, because now they have the person that's from MLG, and then whether they throw it to MLG and say, you know, you do the console version and we'll do the PC version, or
Yep.
something like that. I think we could see that. And come BlizzCon, I wonder if that'll be one thing we see.
Yeah,
You know, if they'll partner with somebody and have like a console tournament and a PC tournament.
yeah. I would expect it to be solely PC, but I could be wrong for BlizzCon. But yeah, that'd be exciting to see kind of two divisions of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if they, like in the past, like when Diablo came out on PS4, and they had a bunch of PS4s at BlizzCon, you could play it on and on PC. So I wonder if this year you'll see
Yep.
both, like you'll have
Yeah.
both versions there. But I think for competitive play, they would default to PC first of all. But yeah, I think you're right on that. But we'll see. I'm excited. It
Yeah.
opens up a lot of worlds, because being able to get in there and feel how good it actually felt to play the game on a console, on both of them, it felt good enough to where I'm like, this could easily, you know, they could do competitive with that either way. So
Well, that's really good for the success of the game, though. To be able to be on multiple platforms.
yep.
That's going to be a big deal, I think, for Overwatch.
Oh yes. Oh yes. If only now I could just buy credits or something.
Oh.
Blizzard, just take my money, take it all.
Yeah.
It's like I was telling somebody the other day. I don't remember if it was in an interview or something, but I was like saying, like, you know, I spend probably as much money in the last year on Heroes skins and mounts and everything in Heroes of the Storm as I
Yep.
did on my WoW subscription. And
Yep.
if you could give me that option in Overwatch, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
I want my heroes to look the right way, the way I want. You know, I want them to have the skins and the poses and everything, and I would just pay for it. I just take my money.
Yep. Yeah, I'd
Well,
like to see
hopefully
a
as we-
system.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'd like to see a system where we purchase currency to either buy skins or loot boxes or whatever, instead of, I think they talked about just buying loot boxes as the microtransaction, but
Right.
It sounds
Yeah,
like a slot
definitely.
machine.
yeah, I mean it's completely random. I mean you could spend $60 and not get the skin that
Yeah.
you want, so that just wouldn't feel right for me, and I think a lot of other people would be upset. So
Yep. The thing to remember, too, is that when we actually get out of beta, so our stuff stops getting wiped, you will be accumulating the skins, the voice lines, the poses, etc. And unless they're updating those constantly, we're going to end up getting a lot of currency, because we're going to have all the basic skins for all the basic heroes. So I think currency will be much more widely available once we have those all. I know near the end of closed beta, I was getting a lot of currency. I bought most of the epics I didn't have,
Okay.
Yep.
and a lot of the legendaries too, actually. But I shouldn't have, because then I got really sad when they all went away. But anyways, so I think we will have a lot more currency as this game goes along until the next update.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. All right. Should we move on?
Sure. So Jeff Kaplan confirmed recently that this is the final release. This is what it'll look like.
Yep.
You're playing in open beta. That's what you're going to expect in May 24th, minus competitive. So we will have that competitive aspect when I think it's shortly after launch, not directly. But Frosty, you want to talk a little bit about what Jeff said?
Yeah, and the competitive thing, that is the interesting part, because they barely got it out, a few weeks ago, really, and had this get a chance to get an experience, get a bunch of feedback, and that's why they don't have it in there right now. They said it was a tough call, but they want to tweak it and make sure they take all our feedback into account, so it's the best it can be. That's fine. I know a lot of people are kind of sad that competitive wasn't there right now, but I can understand if they're making it better.
Yeah, I was just surprised that they didn't. Well, I guess they did test it in closed beta, but with more people in open beta, making sure that competitive MMR system works.
Yeah,
that was
it doesn't.
Thought, but yeah, yeah. So getting more data points, quote unquote, if you will, on that.
Yeah.
Assume that they wanted to do that, but I can understand why they're delaying it.
Yeah.
I think what they'll do is something like Heroes, where we had a season 0, so it's kind of like they can tweak it and figure out how they want it to work, because we technically aren't hitting Heroes season 1 till a little while from now. Yeah.
Well,
game's out of here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, if you think about how many people were in closed beta, it wasn't a lot, but there was enough. And with all the testing that they did, I'm guessing they can get enough data out of what we did. What was the last 2 weeks of closed beta we had competitive play?
Yep.
2 3 weeks, something like that. So hopefully they can get enough data from that. But yeah, the matchmaking system needs work, just like in Heroes.
Yeah, and they released their stuff about Heroes, not to get into it, but it's a huge overhaul there. So
Yeah,
it's a big change. But Jeff did have a big quote that came out this week. I'll go ahead and read a lot of that. He said,
yes, please do.
I can't imitate Jeff Kaplan. I tried before the show, and it just did not work. Except for I thought that he'd probably say something like, the game is pretty rad. He just kind of has that look to him. But he says, the version you're playing now is what will go live at launch. We also have competitive play, which was a feature that was live in closed beta. We removed it in open beta because we received a ton of great feedback on how to improve the system. We had a tough choice. It would have been awesome to have the feature in open beta and at launch, but we would really like to improve on things. We've opted to have this feature come out shortly after launch. He also said, we're hoping that our efforts in closed beta to try to get things done quickly and at high quality aren't lost in our community, but we also never want to sacrifice the quality of the game by putting something live that isn't up to our standards. And then he added this at the end. He says, we're also working on a ton, in all caps, of post-launch features and content. It's going to be an amazing summer.
Can't wait.
So,
wonder what some of that stuff could be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, new heroes that were teased and...
Well, I immediately thought of the arena match that HOTS was looking at, where you'd get a random hero and, for whatever it would be, and just go and have like a regular game in whatever random arena you went to. But they could actually build arenas for it. I don't know. That's just what came to my head immediately. That's probably a lot of work, so it's probably not that, but that's what I thought of.
Yeah. I think like Ova and I were talking a while ago about, should they add some more game modes? Like, we got a few, but do you think they need maybe at least one more? Yeah.
So personally, I think so. I like the variance in the maps. I think there's enough maps there to keep the variety fresh. But the game modes, there's only 3, right? You have your attack, defend, you have your payload, and then you have the kind of attack, defend, and payload. I think that they need to get a little bit creative and come up with something new. Whether we were talking about capture the flag, that may not work, right?
Please.
Six tracers running the flag. I don't know if that would work, but I think maybe one other game mode would add to that variety and make it, I think, feel rounded out for me. So
yeah, you could just limit heroes to 1 per team to make that a little more balanced. But yes,
kind of like a custom match.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting.
They do require pretty big maps, though. I'm not sure. I think normal maps, if you gave all 3 zones for the bigger ones, would be all right.
Or what's that mode in WoW and PvP where you hold the little orbs in the center of the map?
Oh, yeah, you
like
have to
that.
hold them in the center.
The
Yeah,
Temple of Kodomatu or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
something like that.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, like King of the Hill, you know.
Yep.
Well, also there's we talked about like Counter-Strike going back in those days. So they have like defuse.
Yep.
So like of course Junkrat probably would place a bomb somewhere. You got to go defuse it. So who knows? It could be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The only thing is I wonder if they would do it because you'd have like, well, who's good and who's bad, like
Right.
lore wise. But we kind of like the blinds are blurred anyway, really.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
We kind of indiscriminately kill each other regardless. So a little bit of suspension of belief, but it's all good.
Yeah.
So there you go. A lot to look forward to. Let's go on to what's next.
So
yeah, go for it.
gear, Overwatch swag. So coming to the gear store in Jinx, and I have my eyes on that Overwatch hoodie.
Yeah.
From the Jinx.
Nice.
It's,
I'm glad
May-
Jinx is
may have
taking
to-
over that. That's awesome.
throw some money at that.
Yeah, the mouse and keyboard that we saw Day 80 at PAX East is you can go grab that now. I think it's like $79 for the mouse.
Is that the Razer one?
Yeah,
Yeah, those look really nice.
it looks really slick. So if I was in the market for a mouse, I know where I'd be going. And also, behind me you see the Tracer statue. That's back in the store now, so you want to get your hands on one. They were gone for a while, but they are back.
Yeah.
And in just a few weeks, I'll be enjoying my Soldier 76 statue.
Yeah. Give me a Junkrat statue and I'm in.
There you go. I'm waiting for the Reaper one to drop. I don't know if I'm going to buy it,
Oh.
but I'm waiting to see them to put that out because I saw the prototype
Yeah.
one at BlizzCon, and it looks pretty nice. So
They're doing Funko Pops with those, right? As well? Tracer, Reaper, and Widowmaker, I think.
yeah, they have Funkos of those.
Okay. I haven't seen those out there yet.
I want the high quality Mercy statue though. I'm just
Oh.
waiting.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a great one to do a statue of, though, too, with the wings.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And maybe they could make a way for her wings to light up. Like I was kind of sad that the Tracer, like the blue thing, doesn't light up because I think they
Yeah.
could have done that. But just ask me. I'll tell you how you could probably do it. Rig it up. I thought
Up a
about
prototype.
modding mine or something.
Yeah.
But it also
Like
does give
that.
like a cool look because where the base lights up here, you kind of get that soft glow. But anyway, enough of that. Talking about the aesthetics of the statue.
Yeah.
But it is
Hey,
pretty
we're
nice.
all interested. It's all right.
I would think that he'd probably do like Winston next, though, even though he has a
Yeah,
plush.
it's a
but-
pretty big character in the overall picture. And physically and yeah.
Though I think that the statue needs to just be the one of like him from the animation of him like just sitting in a tire,
Eating peanut butter.
eating peanut
Yeah.
butter, bananas. Yeah,
I finally got the Winston player icon of just a can of peanut butter.
Nice.
I thought that was great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
So did you guys check out the new comic, Junkrat and Roadhog going legit? Is that what it's called?
Still
Absolutely.
legit. Yep.
yeah. Legit, folks.
Legit.
So
What do you guys think?
the first thing that I saw was the cover. The cover.
Yeah.
It didn't look like the sharp edged, crazed Junkrat. He looked kind of like youthful and soft, like it was a
Yep.
children's book or something.
Yeah.
It didn't look like that in the comic itself. It was just the cover, and I was like, "What is this? You look too nice."
Was it a different comic artist? I'm thinking it was. A lot of times I'll have somebody else do the cover.
Probably, and they probably like, because they have so many comics they've been working on, they probably just had them all do them at once. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
What did you guys think of the comic?
So they always make me laugh at the end. I liked it. I don't want to spoil anything, but they always give you kind of a good way to end the comic. And if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I really like them. So
yeah, exactly. I liked Roadhog in it too. Pretty
Did
awesome.
anybody
stuff.
else think it was kind of gruesome at the end there? I was a little bit taken aback.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little stepped up. I thought too. But
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome at the same time. It's cool.
I think those two make an excellent team. They remind me, I don't know, just something Deadpool-esque by those two together.
Yeah.
If you haven't read it, it's definitely worth a read. It's very funny, and I love Junkrat, so that made it for me.
How many words did Roadhog say throughout that?
In Junkrat's head a lot.
I know
Yeah,
Roadhog.
otherwise, not so much.
He said like humph once or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
funny.
that. I was looking for that too. I was like, are they going to give him dialogue?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't say much in the game. I think he has like a few voice lines.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the
Oh,
minimum,
muffled.
of course.
It's
Yeah,
muffled by his gas mask.
yeah.
I honestly have an issue playing Roadhog because of the super heavy breathing as he moves. Oh man, it bothers me whenever I play him. I love his abilities, but as he walks.
Someone's doing that in voice chat, so why would you want it from your character? Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
We were
Open
playing
mic.
with Ova, and it was, I don't know what was going on, but it was.
I'm setting up my new mic here, and it's picking up like everything in my room.
Yeah.
That's that
Yeah,
adrenaline
that's
rush when you're
bad.
playing Widowmaker. You're like,
Yep.
because she breathes too if you listen.
Yep.
So you're just getting in the character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, overall, it was a pretty good comic. A little gruesome at the end, but I think that really fits those two characters.
And there's a promotion going.
Yep. Coca-Cola promotion.
That's right.
Who's going? Anybody go?
Ugh.
I think you are.
I think I'm gonna try and
Wish.
make it. I'll be in Columbus that weekend, but I'm gonna try and make it out there and pick up some swag.
Yeah.
There you
So Sawfty, give us the rundown on that.
Well, essentially, Coca-Cola and Blizzard and a few other movie theaters are running a promotional event with promotional Overwatch swag that is going to have streaming of the different images, the videos of all the different characters on launch day. Frosty, do you have the times on that? It's on. Oh no, it's not on launch day. I'm sorry.
It's right before launch. It's the
22nd.
22nd.
22nd. Yep. Okay. And it's all over the country. There, if you live in California, there's one near you. There's a ton. If you live in my area in the Midwest, you're pretty much screwed unless you live in Iowa. But it looks like a fun event. It looks like everything's free, and you can win Overwatch swag. So why not go?
Exactly. And yep, there's none near me, and that's the week that I'll be moving. So
Yeah.
if they would have done it on launch day, I probably could have gone. But oh well. So Ova, you're gonna have to give us the report on it.
Yep.
We'll do.
We expect a full report.
All right. I think it's time for our hero spotlight that we want to talk about. And I know that Sawfty is very excited to talk about this hero.
I am.
It's timely, so I'll let you take.
Nobody else can guess what it is, though. I bet.
I bet not. He's only like right here.
Yeah. 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 Well, today our hero spotlight is Junkrat, of course. Junkrat is a defensive hero. I'm sure you all know this, but his real name is actually Jameson Fox, Fawkes. Bet you didn't know that. He is, like I said, a defensive hero, and he uses a frag launcher. He'll launch grenades out, and if they hit somebody, they'll explode, dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Or if they don't hit somebody, they'll drop on the ground, sit around a little bit, and then explode. Junkrat is great to be able to launch them in a general location because you don't have to be very accurate. It makes him very fun to play, and you don't have to be precise a lot of the times. It's kind of like him. He's a kind of a crazy character, and so you don't really have to be all that precise. One of his other abilities is Concussion Mine. He throws out a concussion mine, and then you can explode it whenever you want. You can do one of two things with it, or actually three. You can launch yourself in the air onto buildings. You can kick people off the map, which is a lot of fun, and kill them. Or you can just use it to explode people and knock them up into the air.
If it doesn't kill him.
I
Yeah.
was seeing people like propel themselves way up in the air with that
Yep.
guy. I'm like, what the heck is he doing? Does that hurt him?
No.
When you do that,
Nope,
I
you don't
haven't
take
tried
damage.
it yet. Okay,
Your grenades will do damage to you, but not your concussion mine.
got it.
Another one is Steel Trap. Steel Trap is your E function, and you lay down a trap, and they get caught in it, and they're frozen in it, and it will alert you wherever you are on the map, so you can run to it. Really useful ability. I love using it on payload maps. You kind of have an idea where people are going to be. And his last ability is, of course, Rip Tire. Everybody's favorite ability. It's his ultimate, and he lays down a Rip Tire, which explodes and kills a whole lot of people.
And when you hear that thing coming,
Oh, yeah, you know to get
gotta
out of the
snipe
way.
it. You gotta
Yep.
snipe it.
Yeah, I have had my Riptire sniped a few times, and it was not very appreciative.
Yeah, I remember back in the earliest days of closed beta when if you used that on the stairs, you immediately died.
I didn't know that.
There was a time that when the beta first started, if you used it, when you pulled it, if you were on the stairs, at any stairs, like basically at all, it would immediately explode and kill you.
Huh?
So you'd be like, oh yeah, they're ready. I'm gonna kill them, and you're like, and you're like,
awesome.
oh great.
Well, yeah, you bring up a good point. I think as Junkrat, you need to make sure you position yourself in a place where you're not going to get ganked, I guess, when you're pulling that Riptire or driving it, because I've come up on a couple Junkrats and just killed them as they're driving their tire. So
yeah, you are immobile as you're driving the tire, so you can die. However, if you do die, you have this passive ability called Total Mayhem, which I've killed several people with. When you die, you drop several live grenades onto the ground, which can kill people around you.
I love that.
It's such a great ability. So even in death, he can still kill people.
It's like throwback to Call of Duty when I think it started in Call of Duty 2 that you could do that. And I remember all the time back in those days killing people with that, and you're like, yeah, kill them, take them out. That's right. After death, from beyond the grave.
Yeah, it is a really cool ability. He's a blast to play, and if you have not played him, I definitely recommend.
He's a blast. But yes, I totally agree. He's so much fun.
He's a very explosive character, and you should definitely play around.
Excellent. Well, let's turn to social media and Ask Overcast segment. Remember, you can always ask your questions using hashtag Ask Overcast, or you can just ask them directly to the show or any of us as the hosts. This week, our former host asked us a question. I don't know. I'll let either one of you answer it, or both of you. I'm just going to ask the question because I have no idea how to answer it. It is, if a Winston poops on the payload and no one is around to smell it, does it purple?
My answer would be it's green because I have the green skin for him. So it's not purple, it's green.
There's Ova's vote. Sawfty?
Wow. Yes. I don't really know.
I don't know either, so there you go. There's your answer. And, Sawfty, you got some shout-outs?
Let's see. I guess my only shout-out this week is to Falling Stardust, who did this art behind me here. It's WoW-related. I apologize, Overwatch people. And then to Wikidella. Had a blast playing with you and Ova and Totem on last night, actually. Played several games. That was a blast.
Yeah.
I was with Junkrat. It was a blast. Everybody get that?
And then, Ova, did you find something too?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to DeviantArt if you're following, whether that's their Twitter or even the Play Overwatch Twitter. They're tweeting out some 21 days of Overwatch, which is art on I think every day or every couple days on a hero, and the art's fantastic. I love it. I think the Genji one's my favorite. So shout out to those guys. Great work there. Supporting the community, and the art's really cool.
Yeah, excellent stuff. My shout out is basically the fact that, whether you're going to BlizzCon or not, it is now BlizzCon season and it's BlizzCon badge season. So if you want art of your character or, you want some cool fan art or anything like that, hit up the Badge Babes. Go to badgebabes.com. There's a huge group of artists there. There's like 40 of them or more now. And you can get badges, lanyards, embroidered stuff, anything you can think of. Super talented group of people, so go and check them out.
Absolutely, they're awesome.
And I think that brings us to the end of the show. Another great episode of Overcast. This is episode 37. Remember, you can always follow us on Twitter at Overcast Show. You can go to theovercastshow.blogspot.com for all of our show notes, links to promotions, and everything we talk about every week. Go to frozenfoxradio.com where you can learn about this and all the other shows that the Frozen Fox Radio Network has to offer, because we have a lot to offer now. Anything from Blizzard games to all games, depending on what podcast you listen to on there. And also, thank you for watching us on YouTube if you're watching us here, or if you're listening on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, or on Google Play Music. Also, go check out our Facebook page. Give us a like there. And I think that's it. So, I'll let you guys, you can always, I've got in the overlay, if you're watching, you can actually see everybody's Twitter handle now. I fixed it. So, I'll give Ovadrive a chance to give his out one more time.
Yeah, for those of you listening, you can find me on Twitter or Twitch at OvadriveCTR. That's OVADRIVECTR. How about you, Sawfty?
For those of you not listening, you could find me at Sawfty on Twitch and Twitter.
Excellent. Well, again, thank you to all of you for watching or listening or just being part of the show. It is fantastic. So I will sign off by saying I'm Frostee.
I'm Sawfty.
I'm Ovadrive.
And have a great week.